A lot of you are just going to skip through the video because we want short answers and we want the magic pill that will help move our skin. Real life doesn't work like that. It requires work, it requires discipline, it requires focus for us to achieve the results that we want. The best way for anti-aging is to be in the prevention mode, and that means you start early. Late 20s and early 30s is an absolute needed time for you to start investing in skincare. Let's understand what's happening to your skin at this time. The skin and hair right now in between of a perfect storm. That perfect storm is happening because of a number of reasons. The number one reason is the biological reason. Our bodies are slowing down and therefore the skin cells are not turning over as rhythmically or regularly as they used to. The second thing that's happening is our lifestyles are changed. We have now moved away from home, so we are busy in probably a PG or in a hostel. You're raising young families between work and home. Less time for nutritive food, less time for physical exercise, and also the mental wellness, which is practically unnoticed or unattended to at this point of time. The third most important thing is that we get caught in curing, so too many products, too less products, or the wrong set of products. Let's first understand what's happening biologically. Biologically, because our skin cells are now getting slower in turning over, there's a lot of dead cells on our face, which leads to one, dehydration of the skin because the dead cells are not able to retain as much moisture and hydration. Second thing is the dead cells also are not able to reflect as much light, so the skin looks dull. The dead cells also are able to fill up the pores very easily, and therefore there is more clogged pores, more acne, more blackheads, definitely more breakouts. And the other thing that's happening is that the collagen production is slowing down. We drop almost 1% of collagen every year. So you definitely start seeing results at this time. The net result of all of this is acne, breakouts, dryness, fine lines, dehydrated skin, puffiness, and also sometimes itchiness or redness on our skin. There are a number of things that we can do to prevent it. First, let's understand what can you do from a biological perspective to help your skin. It's very good time for you to start introducing exfoliators. If you have dry skin, add in AHAs. If you have oily skin, look at BHA. You could also look at a combination or a weekend peel, which comes from the minimalist AHA, BHA, PHA kind of a exfoliator. Now you also have Deconstruct giving you great exfoliators which have good hydrators in it. Look at that as part of your skincare. Also start getting very, very particular about your sunscreen because that's the number one product that's going to help your skin retain its collagen because UV radiation fries up your collagen, to put it very mildly. Start looking at moisturization and hydration. The more moisturized your skin cells are, the better they are able to fight the pollution, the irritants, and the breakouts. And also the skin looks more plumper and glowier and more radiant when you have a good moisturizer with you. If you're very young and you don't have retinol in your skincare, look at the 24 Retinol by Olay. It is a great mix. If you have a lot of acne or if you have a lot of pigmentation at this time, again, retinols are great for you to introduce around this time. Also start looking at vitamin C because vitamin C will not only help you fighting UV radiation and fighting the free radicals which are going to destroy the collagen, but also helps in fading light pigmentation that might be occurring, especially if you have acne or if you lead a very active lifestyle outside. Cleansing is another super important way to keep your skin healthy because it helps remove your dead cells faster. So now cleansing can no longer be just pani pheka sabun dal and you're done. You have to pay much more attention to cleansing. The topical skincare is just 20% of what you require. What you really require is the 80% that's going to come from lifestyle. And for lifestyle, I'm going to divide it into nutritional, into physical and mental wellness. In the nutrition wellness, you need to pay more attention to the kind of food you're eating. Now remember, a lot of the skincare issues as well as health issues you may not have had because at home the food is generally nutrition. Our moms take care of the fact that the good food is served to us. So yes, the greens, the fruits, the vegetables, the salads, all are very good. But also keep in mind that a lot of the grains that have come to the market are no longer with the same biological makeup that used to be there in the ancient grains like the wheat or the rice. Most of these grains are now restructured to give the farmer a better harvest. So the fact that it should be very nutritive is not so important now. And also the soils are depleting. Start introducing millets into your nutrition. Start looking at bajra, start looking at jowar for your rotis instead of looking at wheat. The sugar not only comes from the fast foods that we eat, but also from these seemingly very innocent food. A bowl of rice could give you as much sugar as a gulab jamun gives you, right? But you'd think, oh, maine to dessert nahi khaya aaj. Same thing with a roti. A roti has 120 calories as compared to a jwar ka roti, which has about 10 grams. So look at those simple balances in your life. Why? Because sugar leads to glycation, and glycation leads to breakdown of your collagen. Also start introducing healthy fats back into your nutrition if you have not done that before, or if you've taken out the fats from your nutrition. The oils that we use for cooking are hydrogenated oils, which are put through a whole lot of chemical treatments to remove the fatty acids from them so that they have more shelf life. But we need fatty acids. Fatty acids are required to keep our skin healthy, are required to keep our skin barrier healthy. And same thing with the hair. I am a big believer in ghee. I've eaten ghee all my life. I was one of those people who never stopped ghee really, because I just love ghee. Now let's talk about exercising. Now, exercising is wrongly poised as something that will help you lose weight. Yes, it helps you lose weight, but most importantly, it helps you retain your muscle. And your whole face is a muscle, right? And you want to retain that. So even a quick walk or a quick jog, or just doing yoga will make sure that your muscles are oxygenated and they are well toned. Lastly is mental wellness. Get to the root of what is causing you stress. Understand the root so that you're able to stop stress, and then start investing in how can you control the stress which happens to us whether we like it or not. So there are two things: stopping stress and handling or managing stress. One of the top things to understand how do you stop stress is you have to question yourself, why is the situation leading me to a stress point? The second question for you is, why am I triggering like this with this person? Why am I responding to this person like this? Because if two people told me the same thing, you respond differently to different people. So that's a journey you take inside of yourself to find out कि आपके triggers कौन से हैं, right? And I really believe that in the journey of our evolution to better people and to be more secure adults, the question and answers all have to happen internally more than externally. So invest in talking to a good therapist, a good counselor. That's one of the best investments you're going to make in yourself. The question is this stress worth losing my collagen over? Because cortisol does affect your collagen, right? Is the stress worth losing my hair over? Because cortisol does lead to hair fall. That's the question, my friend. And so along with that, when you do feel stressed, some very simple things which I'm sure all of you already know about, but I'm just going to present it to you in a different light, hopefully. The first thing to do is to understand that there is a nerve in our body called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve runs right through our body and even through our abdomen. It's the largest nerve in our body. Have you ever felt a pit in your stomach or a catch in your stomach when you're very nervous or very anxious? That is the vagus nerve spasming, and you can feel the stress in your belly. What can you do to relax the vagus nerve? Deep breathing. When we do deep breathing, it relaxes the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve relaxes our whole body, right from our shoulders to our back and to our stomach and our legs. Second thing, start looking at meditation. There's so many resources available on the internet for meditation. Let me know if you want me to tell you more about this, because it's such a vast and huge topic. What I can leave you with is that meditation is among the most pivotal things that helped me move from extremely stressful situation and from bad skin and bad hair to where I am today. Keep in mind that these are small habits built over a period of time which give you big results. Your body adjusts. Are you willing to help your body to adjust so that you have your best skin and best hair? I'll meet you in the comment section. Till I see you next time.